Good morning, YouTube. Yamser. I am pleased to report that the last month or so, no, I won't even say the last month, the last 3 weeks or so, I haven't had any problems with this Grand Cherokee. So I'm actually kind of making a happier video this morning on June 14th, 2018. I think at this point, when I make these videos, you know, I never ask anybody to subscribe. I don't have that many subscribers. I'm not in it to make money or anything like that. I don't have a crazy ass editing skills. I see some of these other people have where they got shit camera coming down on people out of the sky, I guess on drones or whatever. I'm just in it to kind of share my experiences, and at this point, before with the Camaro, it was just, all right, well, I did this to it, I did that to it. But now I think I'm more of an advocate to people who are going out to purchase a used vehicle. Never had a new vehicle, so I can't comment on that. But I've learned a lot since February 8th when I purchased this. I made a couple videos about what was wrong with it. I made one about the bumpers hanging off of the sides. And I finally went to the place I purchased it from again for the bumpers, and let the sales manager up there take a look at it. And he basically told me that there have to be, well, he told me that there's 2 clamps that have to be replaced. They actually have to take the bumper all the way off. I have 2 sticks. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 sticks holding in the little doors to access the fog lights, because they just open up and I can hear them rubbing against the tire. So I just put 2 sticks in there. Not a big deal. He said they'll fix that when they fix the bumper. But when he's telling me that these clamps had to be ordered, he's also telling me how much it's going to cost. So being that I had worked the previous night and I was up there kind of early, it took a while for it to register what he was saying. I don't mean to say register because he's talking about money, but anyway, he told me, you know, it'd be $20 for each clamp, and they had to see how much the labor is going to cost for them to take the bumper off. And I'm like, why are you telling me how much it's going to cost? I said, I'm paying for this? He says, yeah. I said, how am I paying for this? How am I paying for damage to this vehicle that I didn't do, and it was on the vehicle when I purchased it? He tells me, well, you had it for a while and you did buy a used vehicle. Okay. Now I'm getting heated, because after all of the other things that they had to repair on here, you want to try to get me with the bumpers? And he told me we already took a big hit on this car with the repairs. That's not my problem, bro. You sold me the car. I took a big hit when I took out almost $40,000 loan too, and you cashed that check. You know, we made a transaction. You gave me a vehicle, I gave you a check. You got paid, and it's on to the next customer. I have a vehicle that was constantly, or is constantly, in and out of 2 different dealership service departments. And you want to try to make it seem like I'm the asshole. So it's at this point in the life of me having this car that I've become the asshole, not them. But I'm not paying for this to be fixed. I'm not doing it. So I don't know where I'm gonna take it from there if they try to make me pay for it. But the previous video I made about the bumpers was posted onto YouTube on April 22nd. My warranty was for 3 months, bumper to bumper. Bumper to bumper. 3 months from February 8th is May 8th, unless my math is just... So basically, if you're going out looking for a used car, I don't care if they say it's certified or not. make sure you do a walk around like it's a rental, like the rental company does. Walk around the car. If you have to push on stuff, make sure you open the hood, check for any leaks. That was one thing I did not do. I didn't open the hood, and I didn't lift the plastic pieces off and look underneath of those, you know, onto the actual engine. I didn't see anything leaking on the bottom at the time, but friend of mine just happened to be checking the engine out, and that's when he noticed that the gaskets were leaking. Which, by the way, I brought back up to Norristown, and the same service manager who I complained about before just cleaned it off and said, all right, if it leaks again, bring it back up here and we'll fix it. Took it to a different dealership closer to me. They said, oh yeah, you need to replace those. And on top of that, something with the power steering that was leaking. That was noticeable when I took it to them. So at this point, I'm not, I kind of don't like this dude. I can say that. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like him. I don't like how he talks to me. I don't like how he addresses the problems and how he has addressed the problems with this car. So he definitely didn't help the situation. But if you're going out looking for a used car, make sure the tires are good. They're not dry rotted, which happened to me with Monte Carlo I purchased, and I had to actually buy 2 tires. And they replaced the other 2 tires because I wasn't just going to get 2 new tires and then have 2 half-used tires on the back. So take a mechanic with you if you can. And it doesn't matter how nice the car is. If it's something you don't like about it, bring it up to them. Make sure they say, okay, we'll fix that. If you have to get it in writing. Because all they want to do is get that money from you. You know, they just want to get rid of this car, get another one in, cash that check, keep it moving. They get their little commission and all that stuff. Don't go by this certified stuff. The certified is bullshit. It's bullshit. They don't do 120-something point inspection on these vehicles. They don't. So, yeah, just don't go through what I went through. It's not, life is too short to be fucking around with a car every other day. So like I said, at this point, I'm just trying to spread some knowledge out there to people who may not be aware of some of the stuff that dealerships do. And some things you're going to learn the hard way, like I did. You know, I seen the Grand Cherokee SRT8 that I could afford. Oh, I'm on it. So it was like, you know, a Christmas present to myself. But man, in hindsight, never again. Never again. You live and you learn. You know, my buddy I work with always say, what did we learn? So I definitely learned a lot. So like I said, I don't ask anybody to subscribe or, you know, I'm not doing this for the money at this point. I just want to share my experience so that hopefully somebody else won't go through this. And I would definitely not get a Chrysler. They just had the crash test thing come out, and the Ford Explorer and the Grand Cherokee were like 2 of the worst ones you can buy for safety. This is a family vehicle / toy. And that makes you wonder also. If Chrysler doesn't have safety in mind, they're focused on performance. That's no doubt. But if you're putting people in a high-power car that may not be safe to put your family in, it's not worth it. You know, it's not worth it. I don't need a 700 horsepower track hawk that may not stop when I need it to stop. Or if I hit something, it's going to be obliterated. But and that's at what, 30 miles an hour they do those tests? So I wouldn't get a Chrysler. I mean a Chrysler, I'm sorry. I wouldn't get another one. You know, unfortunately I'm stuck with this one for now. But we'll make it work until this new Chevy Trailblazer SS or Blazer SS comes out later on this year. I gotta see if I can afford one of those. I'm going back to GM. Mopar, y'all got it. Y'all can have it. My Mopar people, y'all can have it. But Yamser's done with it. And that's pretty much it. Sorry I took so long. Like the video. If I talk too much, let me know. If I didn't, let me know. But sorry for the long, drawn out video, but had to share it. All right, Yamser is out. Y'all have a good day.